the addendum.
Yeah, if you need any explanation on that, I think those are some I recommended myself. I know we have another vacancy on the county board as well, but with the passing of some appointments there. And then I asked Colin to fill in at the land conservation because their last meeting, they were in danger of not having a quorum, and he agreed to sit in. And if you need someone to sit in as well, the chair can do that if there's a quorum lacking. So we have a motion by Thais and a second by Jean Court. Any questions on that? Okay. Mr. Anigal?
Confirm.
Yes.
The dates given is the end date for the committees at that time and the appointments. The appointments of those committees at that time.
Yes, April 26th.
I will tolerate that for now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Realizing county board will reorganize in April and committees will. Yeah, no, this is a matter of being able to carry on the meetings as needed. So, okay, all in favor of that resolution signify by saying aye. Opposed? Okay, that carries as well. Next resolution. Again, Todd, resolution 99.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution 2025-99, which deals with Door County compensation structure and performance incentives. This was talked about in our admin committee and approved, and is here now for your review and your approval. Addendum A, describes in detail what this all means in terms of dollars and cents, and it should be noted that it is included in the 2026 proposed budget.
Okay, Ken, did you want to make any comment to that?
Sure, just for transparency's sake, the new wage plan does include a 2.5% increase. We'll make that effective January 4th in terms of implementation, just so people understand that's the start of our first pay period in January. And again, as part of the attachments, then you'll see obviously the wage plan as it's presented there, but then also too on page 38 is also the pay for performance. Again, we're under this, a little bit of a change. We're recommending a 1%. It would be a base increase for those between 88 and up to 99.9%. And then it would transition then for those above that to a 1% bonus. And again, it's all part of our budget process.
Okay, so resolution 2025-99, a motion by Thais and a second by Shaw for approval. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that carries as well. Okay. Second by Shaw. Oh,
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Perhaps I should have. Okay, the resolution 2025-100, Supervisor Miller.
Chair, I would move to approve resolution number 2025-100, which is the increased deputy register and probate hours, transfer of non-budgeted funds. If you look down within the information provided, there is also some grants that could be available that may reduce that amount, but I'll leave Ken maybe further explain what precipitated this.
Sure, I can provide a quick version. So if you recall, when we adopted the position changes, one of those was hopefully trying to have a shared position between the county clerk, or not the county clerk, sorry.
I'm getting
She's involved with everything.
Yeah, she doesn't know that yet, sorry. The clerk of court, sorry, and the rest of her probates. Yeah, sorry. I'll hear about this all day, trust me. Anyways, when we had put that forward, part of the process was there was some potential either retirement or individuals that were willing to, I guess, scale back their hours as part of their transition out of employment with the county. When that was then, I guess, pursued further, there was not interest. However, we still have the need for increased hours in that position. What we did to kind of do a compromise is that we scaled back. The original request was actually 75%. Now we're just going up to 28 hours versus the 32 hours. So that's provided in part of the explanation in the resolution. Again, the area that would help offset the costs, again, the total cost would be, if they took the insurance as well, which is unlikely, but if they do, it would be about $37,325. We do have additional funding actually coming in from the state of the 29,000, which is been provided as a letter from the state. But also too, there's the ability to increase revenues with the additional hours as far as enhanced billing in the position. So from our standpoint, when I talked with Steve and also the need, I felt that the need was still there and justified just in terms of the work and the support that we need there. So that's why we went through the committee process, and that's why it's before you now for approval, because it does require a change in terms of the budget.
Okay. Any further question? Otherwise, we will vote on resolution 2025-100. Again, the 2/3 is required, then we need to go to the voter board on that. Okay. Okay, that passes with a vote of 18 yes and 3 absent. Okay, 2025-101. Todd.
Mr. Chair, Resolution 2025-101 is a York County Land Use Services Committee position reclassification and table reorganization. Basically, it's reclassifying the senior code administrator position to a code administrator and then reclassifying the administrative assistant 2 position to a coordinator, part of the ongoing evolution of the land use department. And you'll see the new org chart attached. If there's any questions, our department head is in the back. She could further explain that if there's any questions.
Okay, are there any questions for Ken or for Karen? Seeing none, we have the motion by Thais and a second by Jean Court to approve resolution 2025-101. All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed? That passes. Okay, so noted. Opposing vote by Supervisor Anagel. Okay, resolution 2025-102. Todd.
Yes. Motion there. Okay, so resolution 102, approval of the intergovernmental agreement for Shore Road redesign and reconstruction project as depicted. This has gone through committee, and I guess it's important to note that basically this is the agreement that would be in place provided that the towns involved approve things on their end. So this is basically the structure for it. Not necessarily that it's going to move forward until everyone else gets realigned, but this would be the structure for the agreement. And this is necessary so the towns can talk about how indeed they'll have to operate in the future should this go through. So, I mean, I think we've talked at length about the Shower Road redesign and the reconstruction and what it's all about. And this just formalizes the agreement that eventually will be in place.
It went to the Highway and Facilities
Yes.
Committee for a review of the project and the recommendation. Because it's a contract, it went through the admin committee
Yep.
to get here. So, okay, any questions regarding that resolution? Otherwise, we have the motion by Supervisor Thais and a second by Supervisor Jean Court. All those in favor signify by aye. Opposed? Okay, that carries as well by voice vote. Okay. And that concludes our resolutions. We have no ordinances to deal with today. Special reports. Ashley DeGrave is going to give us the information on the communications project update.
It did put them on the P drive. We wanted to pull in. Yep. All right. I'll start with the budget sheet because that's in front of everybody, and I know that's everybody's most important topic. So that the rendition in front of you there should not have changed at all from the last one. The plan design that we presented last, which was really just a change in the upper part because we lost the use of the 400-foot education board tower. So that is still the same plan design, same amount of towers that we are currently expecting. We're just working through the actual land acquisition part of that. So nothing should have changed on that. I'll work with OCG early next year to get some updated construction numbers and see where things are falling on the projects that he's doing, and we can update that at that point. He hasn't provided anything new from that perspective, so we can present some more up-to-date numbers as we get moving on that. As far as the project itself goes, well, the Fish Creek Tower is not actually part of the upgrade project. It is an ongoing project that we've been working on. That should hopefully be firmed up yet this month. Len Keenan is actually on site today and tomorrow. I believe he's going up there today to do his final inspection. I was on site with the contractor last week. We went through the last few punch list items that he had to complete. So as soon as Len approves everything, hopefully today and tomorrow, then we should be able to sign off on that and get that all closed up, which would be great. Once I have that all finished up, then I'll be able to balance the remaining tower reserve account. So the number that we have on the budget sheet is just an estimate based off of what I was anticipating to come out for the Fish Creek Tower. So once I get all of that cleaned up and closed out, then I'll have a better representation of that. As far as the site acquisition goes, we did finish up the Sebastopol parcel, so that's moving forward. The contractor was able to get out and do the archaeological study before the snow hit and the ground froze, which was really, really great. So they're moving forward with all of that. The Bailey's Harbor one, we're just looking to finalize the purchase offer to them, and then we'll move forward with that. And then the other sites, we're still just continuing to explore options. On top of working on the land acquisition, we've also been evaluating our Sunny Slope Tower, which is our biggest tower. It's a guy wire tower. We did what they call a dig to block. So they will go out on one of the guy wire anchors and dig around to check the foundation and make sure, because I think that's like a 20 some year old tower, maybe a little bit longer. And they said that came back exceptional. So the integrity of that tower is great and should be good for many years to come. So that was really great news as we're working through that. So about the extent of what I got. Do you have anything to add as far as specific sites goes? Does anybody have any questions specifically related to the project? Anything that I didn't specifically touch on? Just continuing to plug away with the sites.
Okay. Is there potential for any additional grant monies becoming available in some ways, or partnerships with other entities?
Yeah, so we're still, partnership first was there. So we're still continuing to explore the discussions with Brown County and see what that would potentially look like, because they already are on this type of system, and the potential for a shared core had been discussed with Chris from OCG. So we're continuing to discuss with them and their radio vendor to see what exactly that would look like and how we could make that work. And we do continue to explore any grant opportunities that come up.
Okay, thank you. Supervisor Zettel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Ashley, could you just confirm it with me relative to the new tower sites? Originally, I think we were at 6, and then because of the school or up in Ellison Bay, because of the structural integrity, so we're adding an addition, an incremental 2 up in that area to compensate for that, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So that's the ECB is like a 440-foot tower. So rather than having to replace one of those on our own, which is very costly, then we're going to do smaller ones kind of in a triangle to
Thank you
compensate
so
for that.
much. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Any further questions of Ashley? Okay, thank you, Ashley.
Thank you.
Okay, the next report we have is on the fire numbers, I believe, the addressing system. And that's Emergency Government Director is in charge.
Yes, good afternoon. All right, I just wanted to give you all just an update on where we're at with installing the new fire number signs. To start, project got started on August 25 or on August 25th. We started with a small pilot project of 40 signs. To date, we have 3,563 signs installed, so we're just shy of 19% complete. We have 5 people that are installing signs. 4 of them are out today, actually. So we are currently ahead of schedule. We have been making more progress than I anticipated, which is good. So we started in the town of Sturgeon Bay, and phase 1 has been completed in the town of Sturgeon Bay, Claybanks, Union, Brussels, Gardner, Forestville, and we currently are working in Eswabi right now. So I said phase 1. Phase 1 is our crews are going out there and replacing the green signs with blue signs if the post that they have is within 20 feet of their driveway and in working condition. So, does it look acceptable? Will it hold up? Can you still use it? Then they'll just do a simple switch out with a bracket, and basically our job is complete at that point. If that post needs to get moved, we have to call Digger's Hotline just to make sure that there's no utilities underneath. So that's kind of where phase two goes into, where we'll flag, collect data. I'll just caveat with that and saying right now we're not currently putting down any flags, just because the snow's out there, snow plows are out there. So that's going to be an operation we're going to have to revisit in the spring. But we have collected all the data that Digger's Hotline does need. And we've actually we've done one municipality where we contacted diggers for clay banks. And so we got to see what that process looks like. They are happy with our data, which was really nice. We wanted to get this done once before winter, just in case if we had to change anything of how we're processing or collecting data. So they were really happy with that, and it was a very smooth process. This is where we're currently at. So every single dot you see is an address. Green means we've switched out their signs, that they have a new blue sign. The other colors mean there's some other reason that we have to go back to it. So we'll actually go to the next one. And this is kind of the breakdown of the 19,009 address signs in the county. We've installed 3,563. 786 have a missing post. So they don't have a metal post. Their address sign might be on a tree, it might be on a wooden post, it might be on something else. But that just means there's no metal post, and we're going to go back and replace it and put on the blue sign at that time. Bad post count of 223. That just means the post that they do have is poor quality. It's either bent out of shape, it might have been hit by a snowplow, something where we're going to replace that post to make sure that we're leaving it in a better condition and that it looks good for the residents. And then lacking visibility of 148. So that's where we've actually installed a new blue sign, but our crews either had to cut away some brush or something else that was around the sign. And we'll be sending out a letter to the homeowner just basically stating, hey, we've replaced your sign, but it is your responsibility as a homeowner to make sure that these signs are visible so our emergency services can find our residents. And then bad post location. That just means the post wasn't within 20 feet of the driveway. And it also may be that the height of the post was so far down low in the ditch that it would have easily been covered up by snowplows. So we just flagged those to put in a new post where it can be seen a little bit better. 0 so far for bedrock. That's something that we'll probably get more of as we go north and when we start installing posts in the spring. No access of 11. That just means when our crews were out, there was a gate with a no trespassing sign or something around those where they couldn't access the address. So that's something we'll be reaching out to those homeowners to just find a different way to either have our crews come out there when they're there or either just send them their sign-in post as well. Everyone's favorite part, how much money have we spent? So our capital outlay, which is our post and our signs, we've spent about $132,839.80. Equipment, we're just about $4,600. So that's fuel, tools that we've need to purchase, other things like that. Labor, we're at about $24,302. And then as a total, we've spent $161,738.04. So we've laid out some projections of where we think we're going to be towards the end of the project. So those are just projections right now, but yeah. And then finally, so when I've been doing this, I've been going out to each of the towns, except Gardner. Sorry, Gardner, some scheduling conflicts got in the way. But meeting with them beforehand, letting them know about this process, what we're doing, if how things are going to go about. So why some neighbors might have a blue sign, why some might still have their old green sign, and then giving them a way of directly communicating to me. That way, it really any problems that do come up, because the local towns are the eyes and ears of the community, right? They know about the local problems happening in their community, so it's a really nice way to kind of nip any problems in the bud that may arise. Anytime I do get contacted, I'll respond within a day and we'll get that sorted out, whatever that problem may be. So we are looking for a completion date in the fall of 27. That's where we're hoping for right now. We're making, again, we're ahead of progress, ahead of schedule, so things are looking good for that end. And then a big thing is people can save their signs. There's been a lot of interest in this, that people want to save their old signs. So we just ask that if anyone wants to save their sign, to flip it on the back side of the sign, write save. When our installers are out there, they'll take it off, see save on the back, and just put it down at the signpost, and then the homeowners can have that sign. So as this project goes on, there will be a couple spots that will have more attention. The islands are definitely going to soak up some more resources. Not only Washington Island, but Chambers Island as well. So, it will be tough just getting crews out there, installing them. Aaron LeClaire thought I should ask for a helicopter, but after talking with Steve, he says a bass boat would work better. So we're looking into that. We'll get more back to you. And then at some point, winter weather is going to stop us this winter. Like I said, our crews were out today. They were actually very happy that it was above 20 degrees. But at some point, the snow is just going to get too much for them to access the signs. So we will have to call it quit. But yeah, we are making good progress, and I'm happy where the project is. So, any questions about the project so far?
Dave,